Spoiler warning for Loki, episodes 1 and 2. Allowing the Infinity Theorist quick spin-off enthusiasts, and episode 2 of Loki brought us a new character. A character that will be important to the future of the MCU. I will get to who this character is and why they're important in my review and analysis of Loki, episode 2. The first thing I have for you is about the song playing during the opening battle scene. The song is a 1984 song called Holding Out for a Hero by Bonnie Tyler. Here are some of the lyrics I think fit perfectly with the show. First, where have all the good men gone and where are all the gods? Of course, the part I need a hero is important, and one last line that is important is he's got to be larger than life. The first one I mentioned is important because of Loki's god of mischief status. I need a hero is important because Loki is still trying to figure out if he's a hero or a villain. He's got to be larger than life. It's important because the TVA is larger than life. Loki reads Mobius's Jesse magazine and as he takes tests on what the TVA does, and we learn that I was wrong about what the red line means. What the red line really is the point when a timeline branches off, forming a new stable timeline. And also the collapse of reality as we know it. Can't wait for that. Loki makes a quote about wolves and stalls for time in the 1985 branch, which leaves the timeline to almost hit the red line. They reset the timeline, and we find out how the reset charge works. We see the branch, instead of converging with the same sacred timeline, go backward in time and go back into the sacred timeline at the point of the Nexus event. Instead of changing the timeline, it slowly deletes itself back into the sacred timeline. Loki gives us a lesson on how to catch a Loki. Expect the expected. He explains the fun of being a trickster, and Mobius tells Loki he knows what Loki really wants. Control of the TVA. Loki does some work and finds out the variant they are looking for is hiding in apocalypses. He does find out about the destruction of Asgard, which is very sad. Anyway, got him thinking. Loki gives us the best explanation of Ragnarok ever. He ruins Mobius' salad. While I do kind of feel bad for Mobius, Loki's fancy metaphor was hilarious. He also comes up with a theory that changing anything in the apocalypse would not result in a branch forming. Now there's a paradox waiting to happen. It gets a lot worse when we get to Roxcart. I'll explain that later. They go to Pompeii to test their theory, and it turns out Loki was right. Mobius explains his obsession with jet skis, and I feel like now the finale has to beat Mobius and Loki jet skiing together, right? Mobius talks about how existence is chaos and it's hard to make sense of it all. He says that the TVA is real because he believes it is. I feel like this quote was actually really good. It shows us how crazy not just the MCU, but life itself can get. Oh, he also said something about oversimplification, which reminded me of Jimmy Woo in WandaVision. Mobius talks about the end of time and how the timekeepers are still trying to work it out, which implies that even though time passes differently in the TVA, time does still pass, meaning that this place may exist somewhere interesting. Maybe the quantum realm, maybe the end of time, maybe the beginning. I can't wait for this reveal. The list of apocalypses from the years 2047 to 2051 were the climate disaster of 2048, a tsunami in 2051, the extinction of the swallow, Krakatoa erupting in 2049, and a cyclone, a famine, and a volcano. And of course, Haven Hills, Alabama. Roxcart is a giant superstore, most likely owned by the oil company that is the real glue of the MCU, Roxxon. This company appeared in shows like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Agent Carter, Cloak and Dagger, and even made a brief cameo in Runaways. In some stories, Roxxon is actually evil. It has actually made appearances in movies like Iron Man and some others. What I mean when I say the timeline creates a paradox is, well, think about this. So this Loki variant, right, is hiding in apocalypses, okay? So now this Loki variant is in Roxcart, Apocalypse, Haven Hills, Alabama, repeatedly. How have they not seen themselves, or for the TVA for that matter, there also? Because it's constantly repeating, right? You can change anything. And wait, if you can change anything, doesn't that mean it should still result in a branch in time? Because the timeline is different now. What happened? Does the past change? That's not how time works. You can't change the past. How does this all work? See, this is where the paradox comes in. See, you see what I'm getting at? Exactly. When the Loki variant is hiding in someone's mind and apparently looking for plants, we see it is azaleas they are looking at. The same plant that Agatha Harkness had in WandaVision. The same one that apparently killed Sparky, just thought that was interesting. Loki talks to the variant for a while and realizes that he is the only Loki who wants control of the TVA. I really do wonder what the variant actually wants and why. The variant bombs the sacred timeline at the end of this episode, and here is a list of every branch they showed forming. Phang Nga, Vietnam on August 3rd, 1522. Lisbon, Portugal on March 31st, 1492. This one might have something to do with Columbus, but probably not. Vormir, April 23rd, 2301. This is weird because it is nearly 300 years after both Thanos getting the Infinity Stone in Infinity War and in 2018, and Natasha getting it in Endgame 2023, but 2014. Because Vormir, remember, is where the Soul Stone is. Thornton, USA, October 25th, 1551. Cookville, USA, November 22nd, 1999. Asgard, February 16th, 2004. Rome, Italy, October 3rd, 1390. Sicarteo, that's the planet from Ragnarok, August 13th, 1984. Barricada? I don't know how to pronounce that. Colombia, February 2nd, 1808. Porvoo, Finland, July 14th, 1708. Ego's planet, Peter Quill's father, December 27th, 1382. Titan, where Thanos is from, October 13th, 1982. New York, USA, September 21st, 1947. Tokyo, Japan, March 1st, 1984. Hala, that's the planet where the Kree are from in Captain Marvel, January 3rd, 51. Just 51. Nothing before that. Kingsport, USA, August 2nd, 1999. Xandar, the planet from the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, September 24th, 1001. Beijing, China, November 23rd, 2005. Madrid, Spain, July 18th, 1903. And the last one that didn't show the location was April 12th, 1887. The episode ends with Loki going through the time door after the variant Loki went in before him. It is revealed that this Loki is indeed a female Loki. Maybe even Lady Loki. Before we get into the review, I would like to mention that I have a podcast. It's called Infinity Theorist Unscripted Rants, or ITUR for short. I mostly talk about fandom, but sometimes I'll go off topic or just plain not know what I'm talking about. Don't worry, you'll get used to it. It's available wherever you get your podcasts, and there is a link to it in the description. And while you're down in the description, let me tell you about Infinity 600, a project for a world record. It is a project I created as a kind of internet community thing. There will be 600 participants, and every participant will contribute 1 hour of footage that will be edited into the longest video on YouTube. If that sounds interesting to you, sign up. It is completely free. Full rules are on the website. A few more things in the description: my live channel, my Instagram, and my TikTok. I do live stream sometimes, very rarely, and also very rarely I post on TikTok. I do post on Instagram, not very often, but more often than the others. Now for the review. First, the title review. I think this title is simple and straight to the point. The Variant. It tells us all we need to know about what the TVA's mission is in this episode. While I wouldn't consider this a creative name, I still think it fits the episode pretty well. For that, I'll give it a 90 out of 100. As for the episode, I think it was great. It did a good job at keeping me hooked every 5 minutes. There was also something great. From the Ragnarok salad to Loki leaving Rockstar, all of it was great. I really enjoyed the episode, so I'll give it a 92 out of 100. Great score. That score averages out to 91 out of 100. A very good score. I am looking forward to the future of the series. Alright, well, I know this video's late. That's fine. I'll make up the episode 3 as soon as possible. And yeah, this was okay. So you can watch another video, the top left, top right, and bottom left corner of the screen. Before you do that, click the bottom right corner of the screen to subscribe so you can see more videos like this. And yeah, just some cool stuff. Alright, and that is everything I have for you today. Goodbye.